Hey, it's Darlene, and I'm working on this one-page layout. We went to go visit an art museum, and I wanted to do something really artsy, but I wasn't sure what. So I pulled out some of my gel prints and picked out one that I thought matched. The funny thing is I picked that blue, or the one that had mostly blue, because of the one photo, and I didn't even end up using the photo on the layout. So I knew I wanted some red because you can see that I'm using a red cardstock base, but also because the sign on the museum is in red. Now, the problem with using red is it really just looks like blood has been spilt everywhere, and I was trying to avoid it, but it looks like blood has been spilt everywhere. So I think no matter what with red paint, you just never know. So I grabbed some blue paint and a stencil and just tried to cover a little bit of it. So I think I toned that down a little bit. But again, because I never know what I'm doing when I'm working on a layout, I ended up not even using most of this gel print. And you'll see me kind of fussing around with the paper. So that yellow one that I'm showing right now and the one that I'm cutting down, I'm cutting this down by 10 by 10. That was actually something my daughter did at a class years ago that she took at one of our scrapbook expos that is near us. And I thought it worked out really well because it definitely looked very artsy as well. So you'll see me cut down this one gel print piece. I think it's 4 inches. And after I cut down all that white border, like I said, I am fussing around with it. And then I just realized I don't like the way this looks. I had a lot of hard time actually with this layout because I wasn't sure how to embellish it, because it was the art museum, and if you've ever been to a museum, you know, there's just so many aspects of art, like not just painting, or I don't even know why I use the word just, but you know, there was a lot of three-dimensional art. There was a lot of like just a lot of so I didn't want to use like, you know, artsy stuff like painting and paint palette and paint brushes, because that wasn't really what the museum was all about. So this page is actually pretty simple when I'm all done with it, and even my daughter says, Mom, it's kind of boring for an art page. But I just didn't feel like I had the right embellishments, so I figured I would do it how I completed it. And this is what I was saying. I decided to kind of do a faux border long, because that page was only, you know, less than 11 inches, because I cut it down, if you remember the borders, and I knew it wouldn't fit all the way in one piece. So that's why I cut them, use that T-square ruler to put them on straight, and then I just centered that yellow piece in the middle. I tried to keep most of the pictures within that yellow base. That was kind of my goal from the beginning. But I don't know about you. I don't care what ruler I'm using. I never seem to make anything either straight or even. I swear I measured it, but you can see right here that the right side, the red border is a little bit thicker or wider. So whatever. I ended up matting that main photo of my daughter, and you can see my son kind of in the background looking at that art. I just love that picture. I think that picture itself looks very artistic, but I matted that in a very thin black cardstock. I also decided to use this stamp set from Jane Davenport that I bought from Spellbinders. It just says Start the Art, and I thought that was a kind of cool title because we were kind of, you know, like going into the museum like, hey, let's start the art. I don't know, that was just my thinking. So I did stamp that in black. I also matted it with black cardstock, just some scrap black cardstock, which you see me doing right now. And then I realized after I'm all done in that top left-hand corner really needed something black, I thought, to balance. So I do have some arty stamps, like I had mentioned, but they're more like crafty stamping, that kind of art. But I do like the way this little sentiment says. I thought that was kind of cute. And then I just added some black splatter, which seems to be my go-to. I believe I also do a black border around that yellow piece of paper, which again is kind of my go-to. But I do hope you like this video. I know there's not a lot going on, but I think it's okay to say sometimes you don't need to add all the things, and just really telling the story about the art trip. Now, I don't have a lot of journaling here because I do have another page that I'm going to put my journaling, but I do like the way this turned out. I hope it inspires you to do something similar, use some artsy papers in your layouts. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I do at least 2 videos a week. One's always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever I'm creating in the command center, which is the name of my blog and my craft room. All right, hope to see you next week. Bye.